Shalom, Kol Aloyim, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rachakudash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the elect. Yeah, this article is from Fox News. It was published 2 days ago. It says, fully implantable brain chip aims to restore real speech. And the subtitle says, FDA approves Paradromics trial for a brain implant that may help people with paralysis communicate in real time. Yeah, so more miracles from this beast system, specifically with their mark, which is the microchip, the RFID chip, or even sometimes you'll hear BCI, brain computer interface. So they're creating this technology like we always say, and they push it in your face to make it seem like it's something helpful, it's useful. Look what we're doing. It's medicine, it's true healing, so on and so forth. But of course, like we always say, the end goal is nothing more than power and control. And I'm going to show you that in here. But first, let's check out this video where they explain it. It's only about 1.5 minutes long. And then we'll read maybe 2 paragraphs from this article.
That brain surgery you're seeing there, it took less time than ordering a pizza. I'm Kurt the Cyber Guy. Follow me at cyberguy.com. See why so many people get my newsletter for free. Now move over, Neuralink, because their competitor, Paradromics, has successfully implanted its experimental device into a human brain for the very first time. The procedure done at the University of Michigan demonstrates that the company's Connexus technology can be safely implanted, record neural activity, and can be safely removed. The patient had been undergoing neurosurgery to manage epilepsy, and amazingly, this experimental operation took less than 20 minutes to complete. The brain chip, or more scientifically, a brain-computer interface, or BCI, is smaller than a dime and is able to detect and decipher electric signals in the brain at the level of individual neurons. These signals then send inputs to external technologies like computer speech functions and cursor control. So hopefully this means patients with severe motor or speech impairments could soon be using these devices to directly control computers with their minds. Now, if given the go-ahead by regulators, Paradromics will begin the next phase of long-term study as the company enters a clinical stage of trials. So does this new tech give you hope for humanity or just the heebie-jeebies? Tell me how you feel in the comments below. More crazy cool tech like this.
Yeah, so like I mentioned before, just more miracles from this beast. There we go. And we're going to read a little bit of this article. Like I said, maybe just 2 paragraphs and pick out some keywords that I thought were important. So it says, let's jump down a little bit. The FDA has approved its first human trial built to test whether its fully implantable device can restore speech for people with paralysis. Let's jump down again. It is the first approved study to explore speech restoration with a fully implantable system. The research team wants to evaluate safety and see how well the device converts neural activity into text or a synthesized voice. And that's what I wanted to touch on right there. They want to see how well the device, the chip, converts neural activity into text or a synthesized voice. Basically what they're saying is they're able to record neural activity now with that chip, meaning they can decipher your thoughts. That's what that neural activity is. They're able to decipher your thoughts, one's thoughts, and now put it into text or a synthesized, created, fabricated voice. That's what this man is on right now. Let's jump down. It says, this system, the company designed it to capture detailed neural signals, so saying the same thing, that support real-time communication for people who cannot speak. The system uses high-resolution electrodes and an implanted wireless setup to record activity from individual neurons involved in forming speech. And that's the point. Just those 2 paragraphs is what I wanted to get. So you got to keep in mind or always point out those little details that they're saying, because they're not going to be straightforward. Capture detailed neural signals. What are those neural signals? They want to record activity from individual neurons. The neural signals recording activity, they're basically just saying that we can now record and analyze your thoughts, and we can decipher your thoughts, and we can put your thoughts into text form, or we can put your thoughts into the form of some fabricated voice, some synthesized voice. And now that's given these people who can't speak, it's given them a way to communicate. They now have quote unquote real-time speech again. This man can't give these people their true voice back. No, the Lord ain't going to allow that. But now through technology and their chip that the Lord gave them, now they can restore some form of speech. But you don't think this man with this kind of power is going to, do something crazy with this technology? If he can decipher thoughts, you don't think he can put thoughts in there? So he can read your thoughts, but he can't give you thoughts. Yeah, I bet he could. I bet he can with this chip. And they're probably testing it. They just haven't come out and said it. But you know how Esau works. Everything is through deception. So that's it. I'm going to throw this article away. And I said the key word, so I want to read Revelation 19 and 20. It says, "And the beast was taken, and with him the false prophet that wrought miracles before him." The beast is talking about the powers that be, NATO and EU, of course, really ran over by this great whore, America. So that's the beast system. The false prophet is referring to the Catholic Church, which they all work together. It says they were taken, that wrought miracles before him, with which he deceived them that had received the mark of the beast. Because these powers to be, they basically want to regain control or keep control of their system. That's all this is about. So everything is going to be on that chip. Who you are, your identity, your birth certificate, your SSN, your medical records, your bank account, all of that is going to be on this chip. The mark of this man's system. Mark of the beast, I'll just say. And if you take it, of course, you read Revelation 14, and it gives a very, very dire, bitter end to anybody that takes it. It says, "And them that worshipped his image, these both were cast alive excuse me, into a lake of fire burning with brimstone." And that's going to be this second death. That's the end-all, be-all of World War III, when those nuclear missiles are shot over here, and of course, the fire from the chariots as well. I want to grab this precept now in the book of 2 Thessalonians 2. I'm going to get right to the point. Verse 4, it says, "Who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called God." This is referring to the wicked, which is Esau, Edom, today calling himself anything but his true nationality, white, Caucasian, European, whatever he wants to say. That's what this is talking about. He opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called God, or that is worship, so that he as God sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God. And so God, the Most High, can see everything and knows all things. And that's what this man wants to do with this chip. He wants to see everything. He wants to know everything. Doesn't the Most High know our thoughts? Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai? Of course. So now this man says, if God knows thoughts, I need to know thoughts. If he can give you thoughts and he can inspire you, I need to be able to give you thoughts. I need to be able to inspire you to do my will. That's the whole purpose. So now nothing gets past this man. He can make you think anything. Probably he can make you see anything. Because remember, what they're doing now is people that are blind, they're putting some kind of chip in your brain as well. And then the chip records more neural activity. And basically when you wear glasses, it's able to transmit somehow that neural activity so you can see things that are happening on the outside through those glasses. It's something like that. So they're curing the blind, allowing people to that can't speak, now they can speak. People that can't walk for years, 10, 12, 15 years, they put a chip in their back, now they can walk and use their legs again. So this man is performing miracles all for the purpose of control and power. And he's making it seem as if, oh, this is good for you. This is your new medicine, your new technology. But it's just deception. That's all it is. That's all it is. And I'll end off with Revelation. I read it. I said it, but I might as well get it. Revelation 14, verses 9 and 10. As you can see, the subheading says, Doom for worshipers of the beast. Verse 9 says, And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, If any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand. You see, it doesn't say anything about being deceived here. If you were deceived, that's on you. The word has gone out. We've said it for a long time, starting with our apostles on down. What this mark is, that is the chip. And we've never switched tune. We've been singing the same song ever since. It says, verse 10, The same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of God, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb, Yahweh Shai. So they're going to be tormented. Once again, this is another way of describing that second death. World War III, the fire from the chariots as well. You take the chip, and that's going to be your bitter end. You're going to receive destruction. And that's why we have to continue just to pray that the Lord has mercy on us and that he keeps us and protects us during the hour of temptation, because it's not going to be of our own might, our own will and strength that we don't take it. The Lord is going to put the Spirit on his elect to say no. So all we have to do is just continue to pray to the Lord and ask him to give us more faith and give us that strong will to resist this temptation when it comes, because it will be a temptation. It's an hour of testing for the entire world. So Lord willing, this was edifying to the elect. Kohaloyim Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai Ba'ashem Rachakudash. Shalom.